Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a super speed effect in Photoshop. And also we will dive deeper into using select subject and fill to remove our subject from the background, applying motion blur, duplicating of layers to create multiple ones. So let's get started! So here in our document, I prepare here an image of this woman running. And our goal here is to apply the super speed effect. So the first step we're going to do here is we're going to remove our subject from the background. So to do that, going on to the layers panel, select on that background layer, right click on it, and then choose duplicate layer. And let's name this layer as the clear background. And then hit OK. So with this clear background layer selected, let's go to the menu bar, go to select, and then choose subject. Alright, so once I already have this selection or subject, now I'm going to press Ctrl plus J. Actually, that is for the later use. And then I'm going to press Ctrl and then click on this new layer that we just added. And then let's hide it first. Make sure that you're going to select on the clear background layer. And with this selection, go to the menu bar, go to Edit, and find Fill. So this fill dialog box will appear. For the contents, I'm going to set this one to content aware. And then hit OK. All right, now there you are. Now the subject is no longer on our background. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Now the next step here is we're going to deselect this selection first. Press Ctrl plus D to deselect. Now there's no more selection. Now let's bring back this layer that we just cut out a while ago. Yes, this one, all right? And then, so we're going to create a duplicate layer of this by selecting on that layer and then press Ctrl plus J. And this top layer first, I'm going to hide it because on this layer, we're going to add a motion blur. So to do that, I'm going to the menu bar, go to filter, go to blur, and then choose on motion blur. So this dialog box will appear. So from the angle, I'm going to set this one to 0 degrees. From the distance, I'm going to set this one into the amount of 40 that creates a blur like this. And then hit OK. All right. From this layer, still, I'm going to create another duplicate of that by pressing Ctrl plus J. There you are. And then selected on the layer below, let's bring the transformation command. So press Ctrl plus T for the transformation command, and then we're going to move this subject moving to the left. So I'm going to press, so with this transformation command, I'm going to press left arrow key 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you are. And then hit enter. And then let's create another duplicate layer of that. So this layer here, so press Ctrl plus J, and then select again on that lower layer. And then press Ctrl plus T once again and do the same thing that we did. Let's move it to the left 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then hit enter. And then another one. Press Ctrl plus J. Selected on that layer under. Press Ctrl plus T for the transformation command. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'll keep on doing that by creating like 9 layers of this, moving to the left. Okay, so I will be fast forwarding this video doing the same thing. All right, so I think I already created like 9 layers of it. Now, the next step we're going to do here is we're going to decrease the opacity. So starting here from this layer, all right, this one. So I'm going to put the opacity into the amount of 10%, okay? And moving on to the next layer on top, I'm going to set the opacity of this to 20%. And then the layers on top, set this one to 30%. Set next layer on top, set this one to 40%. Next layer on top, set this one to 50%. Next layer on top, set this one to 60%. Next layer on top, set this one to 70%. Next layer on top, set this one to 80%. Next layer on top, Next layer on top, set this one to 90%, and there are. All right, that's okay. The next step here is we're going to merge this all layers with the motion blur. All right, so selected it here on top and going from the last layer below, press shift and then click it. All right, so once I did that, it already created a selection from all these layers, and then right click on it and then choose merge layers. Now it turns into one layer. Now let's rename this one as the super speed effect. And there you are. Okay, now the next step here is we're going to make this top layer visible. So I'm gonna click this one. All right, there you are. And then we're going to remove the excess effect in front of our subject. So this one's here. So to do that, make sure that you're selected on that super speed effect layer. Then let's add a mask. So go here at the bottom, add a layer mask icon, click that, there you are. So selected on that layer mask thumbnail of it, go to the toolbar and find the brush tool, or you can just press B for the shortcut key. So from the options on top, for the brush, we're going to make use of a soft round. For the opacity, set this one to 100%. And then for the foreground, make sure that it is set to black. Okay? And now we may now start removing those unwanted areas. And there you are. Okay, now let me show you the before and after. So this one is the before, and this one is the after. And that is how to make a super speed effect in Photoshop.